Kieran, this is a very, very unusual bottle.
Yeah, I'm very excited to get stuck into this. This is literally a record-breaking whiskey, isn't it?
It is indeed. It will be drawn from the biggest bottle of whiskey in the world, Guinness Book of Records. It's over 6 foot tall. It's huge, and it contains 2 hogsheads of Macallan. What year can you remember?
I think I can't remember the vintage, but it comes out at 32 years.
32 years old. You know, it's done. It's done for charity. They've involved the people behind it. I can't remember their names, but they've involved 11 of our leading explorers.
Yes, yeah.
Not exactly sure what the link is between exploration and the biggest bottle of whiskey in the world, but nevertheless.
A tireless sense of adventure.
Is that what it is? Sense of adventure, yeah. So this big bottle will be sold at auction. They've had enough left over from filling this gigantic bottle, and it was a hell of a thing, finding a place to make the bottle, and transporting it. I think it was made in Czechoslovakia or something like that. Mm. But and how on earth they're going to get the cork out? I mean, the cork's probably about this big,
need a special machinery.
Yes, you would. But anyway, they had enough left over to make 12 sets, 12 bottle sets, I think. This is the replica of the big bottle with all the explorers designed, and then the other bottles in the set, each one is dedicated to each of the explorers. So the label is a picture of the explorer, and my understanding is that these 12 sets will be available for sale at auction. It's all going to charity, and my understanding is that the individual explorers can specify what charities their charities will be favoured with when the money's all distributed. I'm not absolutely certain about that, but so this is so precious that we're not going to open it.
No,
but they have given us a mini, so we can have.
So we can at least try it, A 32-year-old Macallan is going to be appetizing, isn't it? Appealing to many.
Yeah. So, well, I was privileged enough to taste it previously, and put the tasting notes. I can't remember what I said, but it was certainly very good whiskey,
Yeah. Excellent. Well, should we see if it lives up to your memory?
I'll be very interested to hear what you say about it. Now, do we know the strength?
43%. So.
Yep. So it's a good drinking strength. Now, as we all know, Macallan favours so-called sherry casks, but as we've talked about, the sherry casks, this I'm certain is an American oak sherry seasoned, two hogsheads.
Yeah.
Refill, because it's quite pale. Refill's good for a 30-year-old. If it was first fill, it would be dominated by flavours coming from the cask. Mm. So then we nose it. Yeah,
I think you always want to keep a bit of the natural essence, the spirit to come through.
It's very important. What they call it the distillery character, the distillery character, mature character, and so this is hopefully it's all in balance, and we've got a bit of the Macallan distillery character in this case, but rounded off by the maturation. Mild nose feel. As you'd expect, but very pleasant.
Yeah, there's a slight buttery quality to it.
I'd go with that. Yep. It's not overly fruity, but there is some fruit there on the nose. I think I was originally, when I was doing my notes, I think I was getting some honey, but we had honey earlier, and maybe it's my imagination.
I think that's always the beauty of getting to try something like this twice, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can contrast to compare.
It's a very pleasant aroma, actually. It really is. Although it's quite difficult to describe. It's mild, gentle.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's light, it's actually surprisingly delicate. I think
it is.
When I think of Macallan, my mind goes to 18-year-old
sherry bomb. Yeah.
So it's refreshing to try something like this.
And there's definitely, the fruits are growing now, and I think I'm getting peaches. It's not so much fruit salad, but there's something slightly fruity, difficult to describe. Let's have a taste.
Yeah, that's delightful, isn't it? The way it just coated my mouth there. Yeah, it was really, really nice.
Sweet as you'd expect, dries lightly, with this very pleasant sort of overall fruity taste in the mid palate.
Yeah.
Shortish finish, medium length, I would say. Well, I hope it does well for them. It's a very noble cause. And it should hit the headlines when the auction comes off.
Yeah, and I hope the people who do get the chance to buy this do get the chance to open it up as well and taste it, because they're buying a very nice whiskey here.
They are. You're absolutely right. And yes, I do hope that they. Yeah. I'm sure they will, and then it'll all be bottled up with the pictures of the individual supporters, the explorers. I know what it was. It was honeycomb I was getting. So now I'm picking it up in the mouth. Very, very light honey. It's not heather honey. It's a very elegant, but it's got that honeycomb, bit of wax.
See, when you say honeycomb, my mind goes to the Cadbury's crunchy bars, but I'm not getting that from.
Not as strong as that.
Yeah. It's not as dominant as that, but it's if you were to get a diet version.
It is slightly waxy, slightly teeth coating.
Yeah, I always love that about a whiskey, that it has that sort of mouthfeel. It's delightful.
I love it.
That's the first thing that impressed me about this.
Well, there we are. Intrepid. Good luck. Yeah.